Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be looking at building an isolator effect rack similar to what you'd get on something like the Roland SP-404, something that isolates the different frequencies. It can be used on the main channel, or you can use it on an insert effect wherever you like. Let's have a quick listen, then I'll show you how it functions and how you can put it together if you're interested. We have basically a series of filters. We have an EQ8 here and the auto filter, and combined these two enable us to filter various frequencies, ranges of frequencies. They also allow us to drive the signal. Here we'll look at this, to filter it and add envelope, filter envelope, etc. Let's have a quick look then. If we reset this drum break back to the bass, we have the possibility to emphasize the low end, reduce the low end. We can push up the mids, pull them down. We also have the high end here, which we'll see here. We can cut that all off, just emphasize mids. So we have these possibilities. We can also drive the signal if we want here. We can then filter this if we want. Resonance. So there's many combinations of tone we can find with this rack. It's very simple, but it's quite fun. We also have the possibility to adjust the filter. We've got a morph filter here activated, so we can morph between a low pass and a high pass filter. Gives us another little variation. And finally, if we want to, we can add filter envelope, so the filter is now opening like this, effectively. So we can drive this. So it's very simple, but it's quite a fun idea. You can put it, as I said in the intro, you can I've got it here on a channel, but you can put it on the main. You can make your presets here by let's go to the piano, switch to the piano quickly. You can make your presets. They're based on the positions of the macros. Once you get the macros in a position you like, then you can just create a new variant here, rename it. The rack would be saved here, and that would appear in your user library under presets, audio effect rack, so you can drop it into any project. I say very simple, based around EQ8 and the auto filter. Okay, so there's not so much to say. Say put your presets in here, add reverb, whatever. Let's have a look then how it's put together. So for this you're going to need either Ableton Live Standard or Suite. I don't think that EQ8 is available in the intro, so you'll need, as I say, Ableton Live 12 with those levels. Let's have a look what we're going to need first. And we need an audio effects rack, so you just find that here, audio effects, audio effect rack, drop it in. I have here my original rack, so we open the macros here. You'll have macro 1, 2, 3. I've just renamed them. Rename them how you like. Right click and then rename them. Where are we? Here. So you can either keep my names or choose your own. We will open this up until we get 10 macros. Then we need to just drop in the effects we need. We need the EQ8. We need one of the auto filters, and this is Ableton Live 12.3 I'm working in at the moment, and I believe the new auto filter was introduced in 12.2, so you'll need the new auto filter. And then finally just a limiter on the end. And then we'll do a couple of settings here. I made this a soft clip for the limiter. What do we have here for the EQ8? We need to have 3 of the filter bands or the filter models selected. And so we can leave this one as it is. This one we leave here, and we need a high shelf here, which is this one for number 3. We do not have to change those. This I set to 0.75. Was it 7? No, I set this to 1 actually. I set this to a value of 1 for the Q on model 3. And 1 here, and for model 2 I believe I had 0.75. Okay, so those 3 are set up. Now we need to look at the auto filter, make some settings here. This is set to morph. We have the morph filter selected. I've also changed the model to the MS2 model here, and put the clip on, soft clip. Okay, so the rest we will map anyway. So I think that's everything set up for those. Let's go and do our mapping then. We click here, we get the mapping up. We need to map the limiter input gain here. We'll map that to our volume. And we'll make some settings here for all these values. Once I get to that point, I'll put a screenshot up and you can punch in the values yourselves. But we have to constrain these things. As an example, this I didn't have a 24 maximum. I set that to 0 as an example. But we'll come to that once we get to the constraints. Then we need to go to our EQ8, and we'll click on number 1 to begin with here. We need to map the gain here of number 1 to our low. We need to then go to number 2, map the gain of that one to our mid. To number 3, we need to map the frequency here to our high, not the gain. Then we have on the auto filter, we have the filter morph, goes to the filter morph here. The filter slope, this is here 12 or 24, we select that little box. Then we have the filter envelope, which is this dial here. The frequency. And the resonance, which is now here. We have the drive, is this drive here, the MS2 drive. And then we want to map the output here, which is this underneath the clip here. We map that also to our drive button as well. And I'll explain what's going on here. As we increase drive, this we will, with our constraint settings here, with the values we put in here, as we increase the drive, we will lower the output volume of the auto filter. So we just allow the crunchiness of the drive to come through, if you like. Okay, so that's everything mapped. It's very quick. These values now you need to punch in. I'll put a screenshot up now and you can take your time, pause the video, put these values in, and then hopefully everything works on the other side. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, so once you've got these values in, just be careful with this one, especially the drive. Make sure you reduce this one here. Everything should work, hopefully. Let's come out of the mapping and we'll go into, I've kept my original presets here, or your snapshots. As I say, you save this rack here, and then you can find it in your user library. You can drop it into any project you like. Let's just try the dark piano again. See if everything's working. Okay. Turn the drive down a bit. Try the bass. Okay, so everything appears to be working fine. As always, hope this is useful. If you celebrate Christmas, have a good Christmas, and see you in the next video. Take care.